Hey guys, today we have a big treat. I am here with Blaze of Glory. Now I am at the Not a Normal Market in New York City in Manhattan, and I came across these wonderful new vendors. It's their very first vintage show, Blaze of Glory, and they are known for something really special. They're going to tell you all about it, but I just want to show you around. Check out these menswear blazers, but wait, they're not just any blazers. Look, they've been upcycled with all these amazing patches. So we're going to show you their product and talk to the people who are here today. Whose idea was this?
I think it was ours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We did a vintage market.
Okay, tell me your names.
Anna.
Anna and
I'm Robin.
Robin, and y'all are from
I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey?
I'm from Minneapolis.
And we have one.
Katie, I'm from Minneapolis.
All right, Minneapolis. Terrific. So I'm going to focus on you two first. So tell me how this started.
Well, they came to visit last February.
Okay.
And we went to a vintage market, and afterward we were so inspired. We were like, what can we do to be a part of this culture and world and community? So
And then we went back and met Katie. She was there with us.
Okay.
And we told her about the idea, and we all just kind of snowballed from there.
we love blazers, so we're like, how can we make it vintage and cool and stylish and fun? So this is what we came up with.
Yeah, so we've got kind of a preppy vibe, but a little bit edgier and more fun, and we love the idea of remaking something that might not have another life otherwise. And so it's just been a really fun process. We've found some great seamstresses that we work with when we can't do our own sewing.
So I was just blown away by what you have done because it's really original. It's very emblematic and it's very representative of a certain time of life. So tell me how you select the blazers that you're going to work with and how you come across these wonderful patches and what that process is about.
Well, one of the things that we looked for in blazers when we started out is what does it feel like? What is the condition, and what will the sleeves look like when we cuff them up? Because when we're styling them, most of the time we're rolling the sleeves up.
Okay.
So linings have to be intact. We love natural fibers. Funny story. So Anna's a little younger than we are, and I remember one time finding a camel hair jacket, and she was like, "Is that real camel hair?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that was common, like 90s and pre." And so that was a great moment where we could kind of talk about fabrics and what are we going to accept. That being said, we will take polyester if it's got a great pattern from, let's say, the 70s.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is fantastic.
So pattern matters. Some people are going to want bold and some people are going to want classic. And with the classic, we try to just focus in on fabrics and condition. And if we find a designer jacket, bonus.
We found 3 at an estate sale of Johnny Carson classics. So in the 70s, Johnny Carson had a line of suits,
Yes.
which the younger folk may not realize who that is, but some of our more mature clients like us love that. And then we found Burberry's before 1999. They had the S at the end.
Yes.
So anything we find with Burberry's is kind of like, even though 1999 doesn't really seem vintage, technically it is. So we like to find those kinds of exciting.
Now, I like what you do to make it your own. So we're going to go over here and take a look at the back of these. So you add this little element on the back. So each one is like a little, this is a ribbon, right?
Yeah.
And how do you decide which one to put on which jacket? Just like an artistic choice, and you have, because there are a lot of varieties.
Yeah.
Great.
The other element that we really love is our signature tags. You guys can explain how we've done that, because that's your brainchild.
Yeah. We cut up leather and we have a branding iron, and so we've been foiling them and making the holes, and then Robin's been stitching them in for us. So it's kind of a labor of love.
We're working hard on trying to tan our own leather. We've got the tanning process down. We've got the branding process down. What we can't figure out is how to get the gold on the leather we've tanned, so that's our next task.
Oh my gosh, you tan leather, you girls. So it looks like you've got wool, and I think you said you had some camel hair at one point. I love that. Now, have you gotten to the point where you're changing out the linings and the sleeves yet?
That is next. What we did this weekend, sometimes you miss things on vintage, and we discovered that there was a tear in the lining of one of our blazers that we already had here. So in our spare time, we chopped it up. This
Okay.
is in process still.
Okay.
This side is the finished side. So
Okay.
we decided to shorten the sleeves on this. Anna, you want to throw this on? Sure. We actually really love it. So that was an easy fix when high wear areas, when you find vintage on places that get touched a lot, like the wrists, that we can still revive the jacket without having to do a full relining.
This is so adorable.
Isn't that fun?
We have been really lucky sourcing old vintage varsity patches. We use real vintage patches, but sometimes we do use newer patches that are just dead stock from Letterman jacket shops that are still around. There's lots in New Jersey, and so we've been lucky in that way too. I feel like everyone has a connection to something. Like your name may not be M, but they're like, my husband's name starts with an M, or you know, my wife went to a college that starts with M. They went to Missouri State or whatever.
Right.
So they could always find meaning in like something. I feel like of all of ours.
I have this vision now for your company, personally.
Oh, tell us.
So you purposely work out these blazers for all of the schools, all of the major colleges.
Yes.
And I envision vests, fitted vests, and then these as longer vests, right? Just make it sleeveless.
Yeah.
Because I'm a vest girl.
Yeah.
That's a great
But
idea.
I would love like a whole fitted, the fitted
Yeah.
vests as well, because they're out there. Because y'all don't have enough to do, so I'm gonna put some more on your plate.
We are constantly inspired and thinking of, like, even last night when we were dead exhausted having our Thai food on the couch, like, what's next? Like,
You do custom as well?
Yes.
we love doing custom.
Okay.
It's fun
We've
because
got several orders right now,
Yes.
and we're working through a process for. Those are people we might have a more personal connection to right now, but we're working through a process for people that we meet at shows to send them several blazers to try on, and then they can choose their blazer, and then
Got
we
it.
can source patches that work with it if they don't have their own.
So what's the feedback been so far?
I think there's two things that work for us in this type of a show, and one is that we have a very consolidated selection. So when you're going through, most of the fun here is picking through and
Right.
finding. It's the hunt and the find. But when you get here, it's almost a little break because you know what you're looking at. So that's really clear, and they can sit and choose exactly what they want. You may just find a jacket that you love in another booth, but it's not your size or it's not your color. But here, you can sift through until you find your size or color.
Do you have a website, an Instagram where people can follow you?
Instagram is Blaze of Glory Vintage,
Okay.
and the QR code right here.
Blaze and Glory Vintage. Oh, okay.
And our website is blazeofgloryvintage.com.
All right, so one of my favorite pieces, I didn't realize this at the time I saw it was the name of your company, but the Blaze of Glory blazer is so cute. Oh, I just got that blaze as in blazer. Okay. I'm a little tired today. It took me a minute. Blaze of Glory, Blaze of Glory. But look, okay, so let me just end by just showing some of these fantastic pieces. Like this is just, I think costume designers, I think stylists would just have a field day, seeing these because of the just amazing detail. So thank you guys so much. I'm so excited to be able to do a video. Look, we've got sweaters as well. This is so exciting.
Came as is, but we couldn't resist.
Now the price points, I do want to end, the price points are ridiculously low. So y'all have to get in early because they may raise their prices, but the average price is what, $300?
Yeah. I think we start at $239
Yeah.
up
Around
to
that.
about $449.
So between 2 and 5.
Yeah, it
2 and
depends
5.
on the number of patches. If
Okay.
it's a designer
Okay.
or true vintage vest that has a story behind it, like
Right.
the Johnny Carson ones. We're gonna price
Right,
those
right,
higher because
right.
they have some appeal.
Like, look at this adorable sweater, and the price is $109. I'm sorry, that's a deal. Look at this one, already. So I love the fact that you've colorized it. I love so much the use of these old patches, the upcycling, and y'all definitely check out Blaze of Glory. We're here at the Not a Normal Market in Manhattan. So y'all wave goodbye to everybody. Bye guys.